kind of journaling on this morning. What I wrote down here is, I wrote this down after my meditation. It's not the looker, it's the observer. If we are looking, that implies a direction or an intention prior to the start. To observe is to take in what is without preconceived notions, thoughts, or feelings. Be the observer, leaving you balanced and response, quote unquote, able.
That's beautiful. What did you write first?
I started out by saying it's not being the looker, it's being the observer. If we are looking, that implies a direction or an intention that we created prior to the start. To observe is to take in what is without preconceived notions, thoughts, or feelings. And like, to me, this is what we're getting at, is like breath, movement, and senses are opportunities to be the observer. And then you're trying to be the fucking observer all the time. Like, we're not gonna be. And we understand that. But like, to me, that is the enlightenment. Like, that is that operating from center all the time. Like, you walk into a bar, you're the observer. Like, oh, you're open to that conversation. Oh, you walk into the woods, you're the observer. Like, you may have a loose intention, like, I'm going to the woods, I'm going hunting. But like, beyond that, like, what does it matter if you even see a deer?
Love it, dude. So with regard to like words, so now you've used two verbs, like look and observe, right? And the verb to look, like, almost always needs a qualifier. To look for, to look at, to look beyond, to look whatever. And like, observe doesn't have that.
Yep.
Like, observe is unconstrained.
Yes, dude.
Is unconstrained by the preconception, and is exactly what you're saying. Both your statement that you wrote in your journal and Coach McKay's quote.
Yes.
Begin with the negation.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason...
Interesting.
And the reason I imagine negations to be detrimental, and look, I'm making a blanket statement that is potentially unfair, but let's play the odds.
Yeah, no, I love this. Good catch.
When you are saying something like, this is not this, it's this, you are already creating the idea of not.
Yeah, and you're basically creating looking.
You're already providing the option for somebody to think of themselves as a product of their habits, as opposed to their habits.
That's really true.
Like, if we want to talk minimalism, I love Coach McKay. This is not picking on him. If we want to talk minimalism, though, the negation can just be removed from the quote.
Right. You just say, we are our habits.
Correct.
Right. And also, it's not about...
from your journal. The negation can be removed from your journal.
Easily.
We are observed. And rather than like contribute to, thought leadership in a way that's like, critical of the alternative viewpoint I'm looking at, I'd rather just avoid the alternative viewpoint altogether. Let's just remove the don't. Let's just forget that that's there in the first place. It's like a weird homage to what you don't even want to occur anyway.
That's really well said.
You're like favoring without even really knowing. That's the power of your words.
Yeah,
you're planting the seed of an unpreferred outcome by even using the negation.
Yeah, it's so true. 100%. I
You know,
couldn't
so
agree
like,
more.
you know, if you're like, how successful would this be? And this is just hypothetical. And you're approaching, you have a game today, and you're facing a good pitcher. Don't worry about how good he is. I don't want you thinking about how beneficial his curveball is or how many strikeouts he has per 9 innings. Focus on yourself.
Right. Now you've given them the option to think about all the shit he's good at.
Right, and you're planting the seed of anxiety like, holy fuck, this guy is averaging 1.7 Ks per 9 innings. I'm probably going to strike out.
Yep. Yeah, dude, 100%. I couldn't agree more. I mean, Coach McKay introduced this theory to me 8 years ago as just the pink elephant, right? Don't think about a pink elephant. What do you think about as a pink elephant?